Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic Game and Movie Show. My name is Deshaun and today I'm here to review The Mandalorian Season 3 Episode 7. Now, up top, I didn't review last week's episode for two reasons. One, because I was real busy that week, like just in life, so I couldn't actually review it. I couldn't get it out quick enough, and like other stuff started popping up and I was like, oh shit, I need to get to this too. So I ended up just like being like, you know what, I'm gonna just wait till next week and I'll review them together. I do that sometimes. But also, nothing really happened except some really fun cameos. I know a lot of people kind of lost their mind over the cameos, like Lizzo and Jack Black, but I actually thought those were pretty charming. But, you know, it was charming, but nothing really happened except the last 10 minutes of the episode. And then after seeing this week's episode, I was like, okay, I could just count the last 10 minutes in this episode because all the rest of it was just, you know, Star Wars, weird Star Wars shit, which I don't hate, but, you know, it is what it is. But anyways, this episode, you know, I have been defending Season 3. I have, because I have enjoyed Season 3. I really have. I've enjoyed the level of special effects and the battle sequences and the story being told about the reemergence of Mandalore, so to speak. And, you know, because, like, at the end of last season, or mostly, you know, the Book of Boba Fett, in the middle of the Book of Boba Fett, the story with Din and Grogu is sort of complete. Kinda. So right now, it's just revolving around the Mandalorians themselves instead of just Din and Grogu. It's about the Mandalorians themselves, and Bo Katan's here making a much bigger presence, you know, than I even imagined she was going to be. Bo Katan is a bigger presence in this season than I ever thought she was going to be in any of the trailers and stuff. I don't even know if anyone said how much she was going to be in it, but I didn't expect quite this much. But as a huge defender of the show, even I can admit that the quality level of episode 7 in comparison to the rest of the season, in terms of drama, in terms of the direction, in terms of the cinematography, like, in terms of how it felt, the quality level, it felt such, it was like, it made me reevaluate those 9s that I gave to the other episodes. Because this is such a great episode that it's like, dude, it felt like it's like, whoa, dude, if the entire show was at this level the whole time, maybe people wouldn't have had as many complaints. Now, like I said, I have enjoyed it, but even someone who enjoyed it, I can admit that this episode was so much better than the other episodes that it did make me pause for a second and go, holy shit, dude, like, man, like, okay, it's weird. Like, it felt like maybe they could have been at this level. Maybe they didn't need as many episodes. I don't know. Like, now that we're getting to the end, it's like, did they stretch it out a bit? Because while I was enjoying myself, now that we're here and the level just got risen up in episode 7, I'm like, maybe they were stretching this story out. Maybe they wanted to tell this exact story, and they ended up stretching it out a bit. I don't know. But it is bug wild how great this episode was. First of all, this episode revolves around, will not only the retaking of Mandalore, but will these two different sects of Mandalorians get along? And how will they get along? Because they're kind of polar opposite sects of Mandalorians. And can Bo Katan keep them together? So they all go out to Mandalore to explore. They discover not only is there some crazy creatures on Mandalore, like this giant, massive, awesome, like fucking, I don't even know what to call it, like a land dragon. Like, it was a gnarly looking creature, but there were surviving Mandalorians on the ground. So that was awesome. Also, what's happening in the background is Moff Gideon finally makes his appearance. Now, we've all heard rumors, basically, through the course of the show that Moff Gideon broke out. You know, he never made it to his trial, and somehow he slipped out, and he's on the loose, and nope, yep, there he is. Moff Gideon is out on the loose, and he's having a conversation with the Shadow Council, and they're planting all the seeds, including having the father of a character, I think his name was General Hux, having the father of General Hux in the episode to set up his son, who will eventually be in the trilogy. So they are laying so much groundwork for the New Order, you know, the First Order. Is it the First Order or the New Order? I can't remember off the top of my head. But whatever, the Order. They're laying the groundwork for that order to happen. And we're seeing it happen. And they're also while they're also laying the groundwork for future shit that happens much further away from now, they're also laying the groundwork for the upcoming Mandalorian movie that's gonna happen. That's gonna be like the combination of so many things. And in that movie, Thrawn will be the main villain, and they're setting up Thrawn, mentioning Thrawn by name more than ever before. And we all know that Thrawn's gonna be in the Ahsoka show. We even know who's gonna play Thrawn in the Ahsoka show. We even got a glimpse of Thrawn in the Ahsoka show. So we know Thrawn is on his way, and they're setting Thrawn up. They also make a big reveal that turns out the fucking Empire had a base on Mandalore, which kind of hints that all the rumors about Mandalore being inhabitable and all this other crazy shit was actually bullshit, because the Empire had a base there and they just wanted to keep all that shit down there secret. So that's interesting. And like, they really hit over the head how weak this New Republic is and how it just crumbles so easily. And you see it coming miles away. But I don't want to spoil anything, but the ending of this episode had a lot of badass action and a lot of drama, a lot of sad drama. It reminded me a lot, and it will remind you too, because they kind of do the same type of shot of episode, what was it, 7? Yeah, episode 7 of The Mandalorian Season 1. And it ended and you were like, oh, fuck, things are real. And that ended like that too, where you're like, oh, fuck, things are real. Like, you're like, oh, shit. Same thing happened here. You're just like, oh, shit. Like, you're like, okay, things just escalated. I mean, this episode was so good. It ended on such a high note. This is a 10 out of 10. I love this episode. And it like really, and like, you know this episode was good because even all the people who hated the show, hated season 3, were like, fuck, that was fucking great. And it's like, I don't know. We'll see. If they stick the landing, I do feel like it's going to be one of those things where like, it'll be some hindsight. Like, people will be like, well, the last 2 episodes were fantastic. So it's like, I mean, you know. But 7 was good. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Guy Movie Show. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.